Going on, y'all? This week we're going to focus on our hip rotation. So hip rotations are a huge part of the game if I'm a playmaker, because I don't always want to be the player to play with my face to the basket. I'll have to be able to play from the hip at times, especially if I have an aggressive defender. So right now, kind of warm up, I just want to be able to put us in a stance where my chest and frame are square to the rim, and then I want to get into just a middle dribble jab. So I want about 6 of these right here, 6 left, 6 right. And every time I have a middle dribble jab, I want to be able to pivot off this foot and really, boom, act like I'm bumping a defender, and I want to punch the basketball. So remember, every second or third dribble, I'm getting just into that middle dribble jab, and I'm pivoting right off my ball side foot here. So just see myself trying to get that defender to get away, or I might be able to bump him and make that contact. So I'm playing from the hip, just that 1 to 2 seconds. Make sure we get 6 to about 8 reps right here where we really understand. I have my normal relaxed pound, and I get into that just aggressive punch on that middle dribble jab. Now we're just adding a double cross to that. So next here, we'll get 6 reps left, 6 reps right. I'm getting into my double cross, cross, boom, middle dribble jab, relax, 2 to 3 dribbles, double cross, boom, getting into it right here. Once I get my 6, same thing on the opposite side, double cross, boom, middle jab right there, 1, 2, boom. Be aggressive, quick pivot, boom. Remember, I want this movement right here. Look how my offhand is. I'm not just having it here. My defender can lock it right now. It's a little more free, where I'm able to really protect arm, body, and then that ball when I punch that dribble. So make 6 to about 8 reps right here with that double cross. Right after our double cross, I want the same footwork now, but now we're going just that behind the back. So same 1, 2, pop, being able to pivot, relax, 2 to 3 dribbles, double cross. So we're still working on our handle as well, but I also want to make sure, understanding just that movement here, double cross, boom, get in that dribble jab right there. Make sure we work both sides as well. Double behind, relax, couple dribbles, double behind, boom. Be aggressive with it, getting your feet starting to now really get loose. So the technical side right here is focusing on rotating my hip. So now I want to be able to play from the hip, right? My right hip right now is faced towards that rim. If I have a defender's hand on my hip and I rotate my hips properly, that hand is gonna come off that hip, all right? And if he's really aggressive, that defender is gonna fall forward. He's gonna fall towards you. My momentum's taking me to the basket. Now you guys are moving in this motion, you'll be able to have 1 or 2 step advantage. But we have to really break it down. On my third dribble, 1, 2, 3, my weight starts to get on that back foot. My weight gets on my back foot, I replace, and I rotate here. Make sure not to be skinny. I still want a wide base so I can take some type of contact, but I'm working on just rotating my hips, but I'm also controlling my space. I'll go 2 dribbles here. 1, 2, rotate, boom. 1, 2, rotate, putting my body in a position now to be more of a threat. 1, 2, rotate, ball's at my pocket. 1, 2, rotate. Make sure you get 6 to 8 on both sides. Now, my advanced guys, we can get right into this. Once I rotate my hips, I'm getting into an under drag and I'm switching sides. So as I get into it here, 1, 2, I'll rotate right, left. I'm getting into an under drag, and now I'm getting myself right in this position here. 1, 2, rotate, under drag. 1, 2, hips, rotate, under. 1, rotate, under. Really push off this back foot. 1, 2, under. 1, 2, left, right, under. Hips, rotate, sell that drive. Right now we're focusing on playing from the hip, rotating. Once again, 6 to 8 reps. Go ahead and do both so we can really understand that movement. Right here, we'll get some movement now that we've understood how to really rotate our hips, still keeping things basic, but I'll rotate my hips. I'm trying to get downhill. I'll rotate my hip. Once again, my offhand right here is being aggressive. I'll dribble inside. I'll punch on that foot, and as I punch, I'm going behind the back. Now I'm playing from the right hip. 1, 2, I'll rotate, I'll dribble, I'll punch, I'll go behind. 1, 2, rotate my hips, punch, relax. 1, 2, rotate, dribble, punch, behind. 1, 2, rotate hips, punch, and behind. Right now, make sure you get about 12 reps in. I want at least 6 right, 6 left, where we're understanding I can attack but play from the hip. I can attack, I can play from the hip. What I tell all my small guards, you guys really have to be able to play from your hip, because those guys are gonna be trying to bully you, push you out the way. And of course, if you're a taller playmaker or a taller guard, you already know you gotta be able to play from the hip. So long story short, no matter your height, no matter your size, I want you understanding how to play from the hip, but more importantly, play with confidence. All right, now with our hip rotation, once again, it's all dependent on how your defender's guarding you, but as I get into my hip rotation, I rotate my hips, right? I already start to see my defender shift. He's about 1.5 arms distance away now. He really reacts. I want to cross the ball out of it. So as I cross the ball, this foot's going to have a small step. Notice there's a very small step with that left foot. And as I step, my inside foot follows that ball. So it's right, and then I'm punching the ball down, similar to what we did the last rep. Then I go right behind the back. I'll get into it. I'll rotate my hips again. I'll cross, punch, boom, get right back into that hip rotation. So we're gonna get 6 again, 6 of these reps, really understanding the footwork, understanding when I rotate my hips, I keep my space and then I attack. Keep your space as you rotate your hips and then attack. So as I rotate, I'll keep my space, boom, then I get back into it. When I rotate, I keep my space, boom, and I attack. Last small thing that's very important, I've talked about, I want to say it again. When I rotate, both feet can't hit at the same time. I see that a lot. It's back front, back front, back front. That back front motion makes it seem like I'm going in this direction, and that's how I'm able to shift my defender. So make sure as you're doing your 6 reps to the right and your 6 reps to the left, you're really focusing on all the small details. This might not be the hardest thing, but we're trying to work on being perfect right now since there's no other variable or the variable of defense in front of us. All right, so right now I'm about 12 feet away from the basket. I'm at the wing, right? And as I focus on rotating my hips, I'm rotating my hips now more towards space. So as I rotate my hips towards space, I'm taking 2 hard dribbles. I'm stopping left, right. That momentum is going up. Notice I'm picking the ball up on the left side of my hip. Not here, because I'm imagining defense is there. So as I'm picking that ball up, my defender jumps or gets out of position. I'm working on that step through to finish at the rim. With these right here, everything, I want 3 finishes, and I want to make sure we focus on both sides. So as I get into that rotate, I'll rotate, 1, 2, my defender jumps. I'm able to step and finish. Yes, my right foot can come off the ground. It just can't hit the ground again. So make sure you get your reps, focusing on that footwork, right, left. My defender lifts and I step to space towards the basket to finish. Still coming to that speed stop. I'm rotating my hips, right? Rotate my hips, and as I'm here, make sure ball's at my pocket. I'm going 1, 2. As I get into it, notice I'm not stopping square, right? I'm stopping here, right then left. My defender doesn't jump. Now, as that ball is up at my set point, I'm getting it back to that left side. So as I go up, I'm getting that ball back to left side, and I'm finishing left. So now the defender stays grounded, but he stays more on my right shoulder. As I stop here, he stays more of that right shoulder, and now I'm jumping to that open space on the left side, finishing left hand. Depending on how athletic your defender is, you can finish right up front. As you know, you start to get older, I'm gonna have to really finish on the way down off that left foot on the opposite side, so that defender's hand gets caught in the rim or in the net. Third finish now is gonna be my reverse pivot. Rotate my hips, I'm here, 1, 2, my defender jumps. I can't step through, I can't step 2. So now as my hips stay down, boom, I'm able to get in this stance right here. Notice my body, everything's pointed right now towards that rim, and I'm jumping right off that. So I wanna pivot, keeping my hips down, boom, I'm rotating right to the rim, being able to finish. This right here for a lot of y'all can be very tough, is staying low, being able to pivot on balance. I'll see a lot of players pivot and they'll land more here and they'll throw up some crazy shots. Once again, we're working on 1-on-0 right now. Let's work on trying to be perfect. Hips stay down, spinning right off of it quick, getting that foot contact to the floor, finishing at the basket. So a lot of coaches, even a lot of trainers talk about this finish right here, but yes, it can work. There's a time and a place. That's what I love about basketball. Things can work and then things can't work, and then you gotta figure things out. So this is a moment that can work. That's why we're gonna work the one that everybody talks about, or we're gonna work about the one that might be more comfortable for you, depending on what type of player you are. Rotate my hips, I'm going here now. 1, 2, I'm going to a right left, and I'm finishing with my right hand. If I know I've beat my primary defender, oh, it's gonna get blocked, it's gonna get blocked. If you get that float up quick enough, it's not gonna get blocked. Now, my other 3, if that defender stays closer to my hip, now I want y'all guys going left-handed. So I want you focusing on that left-handed floater. But a player like myself and a lot of players that I train, they're not extremely comfortable with left-hand floaters, so they figure ways out. If I can't go right, I'm gonna go into a fade. But right now, if we're working on something specific, like right now, I want that right-hand floater and I want the left-hand floater, being able to rotate my hips, and I'm getting that floater, I'm getting that ball up as quick as I can, but my momentum is always taking me away. I'm always getting away from that defense. I'm not decelerating straight up and down. I'm decelerating and jumping away from that defender. 3 with the right and 3 with the left. Last one right now, as I get into my hip rotation, right, I'll rotate my hips. Now I'm selling like I'm going, but I'm crossing the ball over. I'll tap, and I'm landing outside inside footwork. I can't get all the way to the rim, so I'm just working on my touch right here. So rotating my hips, and I'm crossing the ball over, tap, I delay that pickup, and I get right into it for my floater. Great help side. Once again, we're only about 15 to 12 feet away from the basket, so help side could be there. I'm getting the ball up high enough, working on my touch at the square or over the square right into it. Just on one side alone, it's gonna be 18 makes. Make sure at home we're working on both sides so we can be a player that's comfortable attacking the middle with our left hand and our right hand. All right, right now we're gonna focus on our hip rotation shots, but we're gonna start off just real simple. Right now, I'm playing from my left hip. I'll just have 2 dribbles, 1, 2, and I'm replacing my feet right under my hips, and I'm working on getting into it for a shot. We're gonna put us at 5 makes, but we're working left hip and right hip, so everything's gonna be 10 makes. So I'm going here, 1, 2, make sure I'm picking the ball up. Same time my feet hit the floor, right? The ball's already down. Once that ball starts to go up, I'm going up as well. Really over-exaggerate that snap of the wrist right now, because we're only about 6 to 8 feet away. Really about 6 feet away. Really over-exaggerate and really see that ball swish in. I get my 2 dribbles, I rotate my hips, I really exaggerate that wrist, and I'm watching the ball go in, snapping it. I love switches, 5 right, 5 left, 10 total. We're hitting all 3 spots. We're hitting right over there, right at the wing, about 6 feet away, right by that volleyball, about 6 feet away. Then obviously on this side as well. Hands and feet working together. So that's what right now is gonna put us at 30 makes just for our warm up, where we're feeling the ball come off our left hand, we're feeling the ball come off our right. This right now is our 30-shot warm-up of rotating our hips. So now we're gonna focus on more of a dribble pickup, a little more realistic. So I'm going to my 2 dribbles, 1, 2, I'll rotate, left, right, really get this shoulder down right here. I wanna sell this drive. So I'm pushing off this back foot, my shoulder is down, and I'm really sticking that back foot right in the floor. As soon as this back foot hits the floor, my hands aren't only picking the ball up, but my energy is going straight up. So just like we focused on, I want 5 right, 5 left, so 10 total. 10 total at the other elbow. So right now we're gonna put us at a total of 20 makes. So I'm here, 1, 2, really be able to sell just that rotation of the hips, sell the drive. I'm pulling up what Carmelo Anthony made really famous and really popular. Same thing here, rotate my hips, get my shoulder down, dig, and I'm popping straight up for that shot. Once again, let's focus on being perfect. We don't have any defense right now. We're focusing on being perfect, developing our movement, making sure everything looks realistic. So if we think we're gonna bite a little bit, then that defender's gonna bite, and then of course, knocking that shot down is really up to you and how many reps we get.